Muffed is here, a reliable fantasy year. Let's look under the hood. Muffed! Michael Wilson finished 2025 as the number 10 wide receiver in total PPR scoring and the number 19 wide receiver in PPR per game. And that gap is the entire story of his year. This was a true breakout. The first one 0-0-0 yard season of his career, and the first one 0-0-0 yard receiving line by a Cardinal since DeAndre Hopkins in 2020, but it didn't arrive on time. Wilson had just 8 catches for 52 yards through 5 games. Then the season flipped. Jacoby Brissett took over for an injured Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison Jr. started missing time with appendicitis and a heel issue, and Wilson became the focal point of the 3-14 passing game that had no choice but to throw. He didn't just produce, he smashed. Now let's dig into the numbers. Wilson finished with 78 catches for 1,006 yards and 7 touchdowns on 126 targets, averaging 13.0 PPR per game with a 19% target share and a massive 31% share of his team's air yards. Genuine alpha receiver territory. His receiving expected points added of plus 25.8 says he was a real positive on a bad offense, 2.29 yards of average separation, plus a yards after catch above expectation of plus 0.7 says he was winning at the catch point and after it. But this was boom or bust, not steady, and that's why the per game number 19 makes sense. Through week 10, Wilson cleared 10 PPR points exactly 0 times. From week 11 on, 33.5, 21.8, 37.2, 16.4, 13.2, 19.9, 20.9, 7 straight double-digit games, 3 north of 20. That's a season with a trap door for the first half, and the ceiling kicked in for the second. Roster him from week 11 forward, and he's a top 5 fantasy wide receiver. Draft him in August, expecting week 1 production, and you get muffed. The play that captures the whole arc came week 14 against the Rams. Third quarter, 1st and 10 from the Rams 43. Cardinals down 16-6 in a game that would end 45-17. Brissett dropped back from the shotgun and went deep left to Wilson for a 43-yard touchdown. 39 air yards, expected points added of nearly plus 4. That's the Wilson the second half unlocked. High air yards target, downfield winner, red zone finisher. 6 of his 7 touchdowns came in the final 8 games, and that Rams game alone was an 11-catch, 142-yard, 2-touchdown explosion. The breakout was real. The timing is what fantasy managers need to remember. Muffed! Wilson finished as the number 10 wide receiver in total PPR on the back of an 8-game heater, but the number 19 per game rank tells you this was a tale of 2 seasons rather than a steady alpha profile. The clear weakness: through the first 10 weeks, he cracked 10 PPR points exactly once and a 19% target share. Solid but not elite for a receiver commanding 31% of the air yards means the volume was there to be even bigger if the offense had found him earlier. That's Michael Wilson's 2025. One quick note, if you want this same treatment for every player on your fantasy roster every week, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.